The first thing that we do is start to engage quality writers, and usually we look to classroom teachers who are currently in the trenches and are very aware of what students are capable of doing. And once we collect that database of teachers, we then train them based on proven research on what makes a good test item. Once those teachers have gone through that training, then the actual item writing process begins, of which a multitude of steps takes place. An item actually receives a total of 19 separate item reads before it actually is put in front of a student on an assessment. So it goes through a rigorous development process. We look at all kinds of things. Grammatical errors, of course, that's pretty much an obvious and a given. But we go through content reviews by numerous experts, whether it be a science specialist, if we're dealing with science items. We go through editorial process, art process. The item itself is basically ripped apart and put back together until it's in its quality form and ready to appear in front of a student.
Once we have this incredible bank of high-quality test items, what are some of the best practices that a district can use to take that bank of questions and create a quality test from it?
Well, again, just like an item writing process, and there's a lot of training involved with that based on research, putting together an assessment basically goes through the same type of a process. There is research-proven obstacles, if you will, to putting together an assessment. It's like taking a jigsaw puzzle and putting it together until you have one complete picture. So one of the key things that I think is important for anybody putting together a formative interim assessment is that they need to know exactly what they want to assess before they begin. So when they're creating their blueprint, they know what they need to start with. They need to take into considerations such things as their cognitive demand and the spread in which they want that form to represent. They need to determine how many standards they're going to assess, and keeping in mind that there is going to be some sort of a time constraint involved. So they may not be able to assess every single standard and then expect a student to take a 2-hour test. Their data is going to be skewed based on that. So the general rule is you want about 3 to 4 items per standard to get a true picture of what the student is able to accomplish.
So it's a balance between length and quality always.
Exactly.
Okay, so we deliver these tests on 2 different technical platforms. Talk to me a little bit about how exciting it is for them to have that data immediately to impact instruction, and how the platforms have sort of enhanced our ability to get back benchmark data quickly and make a difference in the classroom.
So the capability of being able to do the scanning and scoring and have immediate feedback, because teachers just don't have the time to wait. Each day is moving along, and each day new standards need to be taught in the classroom. So every moment matters for that teacher. So when they're able to get back the data in all different types of format that meets their needs, the flexibility of our platforms provides for that, then they're able to make immediate instructional decisions based on all of the multitude of resources they have, and have a direct impact on student success immediately instead of waiting weeks or months down the road after it's probably well past that window that they've had of that opportunity.